and in a world and city that we didn't know at all. Us being from New York, we were like, originally wanted to dip our feet in the water into Nashville, and made some really great lifelong friends down there. And over the years, we've been able to meet more and more people. And this record, we've been blessed to be able to include really our there's no two ways about it. They're my heroes, and now my friends as well. So guys like Sam Bush and Jerry Douglas, Tony Trischka, who actually lives up north by us, and also David Greer, who's in Nashville.
So those guys actually played on the record with you then?
Yeah, they played on every track with us.
Awesome.
I knew basically who was going to be playing on it, and I really tried to arrange the music to their strengths. And to give them all a lot of solos, as many as I could, and to there's nobody. We were riding the massive emotional roller coaster in the studio for sure, where both my wife and I are looking at each other crying, for some of our more meaningful songs, and Jerry Douglas is just playing notes that are making tears fly out of my face, and Sam is bopping his head and into it, and playing the awesome mandolin. I mean, it's just it's been a dream to make these albums, and we're thrilled to be able to put them out, and hopefully other people can enjoy them too.
That's so cool. How long did it take you to compile the songs for this record? I think I read where you guys maybe wrote all of them or most of them for this record.
We, there's a couple that borrow from the folk tradition. So I would say we wrote maybe 60% fully original tunes. And then we really used some of the tunes as springboards to where we fleshed out some of the songs that came from the folk area, like I Want to Hear Somebody Pray is a song on the record that Alan Lomax, it was an Alan Lomax finding from the Caribbean. And we took that song as a springboard for our version of it, which has a lot of original ideas and melodies in there as well. A song like Bound for the Promised Land, which opens up the record, is another song from the folk tradition, and it's actually a song that's been sung in many church circles and Christian circles for a long time, and we wanted to kind of put our own little twist on that. And then I also wrote this crazy Celtic inspired fiddle guitar number at the end. So I think we took these songs from the more public domain areas and flushed them out in our own way. So I feel like it's an all original album, even though some of it is based on stuff that has been around for years and years.
The ones that you guys actually composed from start to finish, wrote the lyrics, music, all that kind of thing. Where do you find the inspiration for your original music? How does that come to you for you guys? What does that process look like?
That's a great question. We write a lot together, and oftentimes there are prayers that, for me as a kid growing up in Brooklyn, you could picture a little Jewish kid with curly, wavy hair from Brooklyn with glasses. I look like a Harry Potter. My parents called me. A Jewish Harry Potter or something. But I would go to Hebrew school, and I would learn these prayers, and I went through the motions as a kid, and I felt spiritual in my own way with it. But after years now as an adult revisiting these prayers, some of which I look at, and if I take a step back from it, there's a universal quality to really, I'd say, most of the prayers that are commonplace in the Jewish faith and in our tradition, that there's a universal message that I think we can take the core of that and take it and build a bigger song out of. So on this record, there's a song called "The Narrow Bridge," which is based on a saying from this rabbi from hundreds of years ago, Reb Nachman of Breslov. And the saying goes, "The whole world is a narrow bridge. The important thing is never be afraid. Don't freak yourself out." So it's this very deep prayer, and we've been kind of looking at it, and in the wake of it's been a very complicated year in this country.
Sure.
The election, and there's been shootings, and there's been so much turmoil. So to me, it started with this very Jewish idea and this Jewish teaching from a very wise, he was kind of like the most hipster rabbi of his day, hundreds of years ago, this Reb Nachman. But we took that idea and built a mostly English and more lyrical song out of that idea. Mm-hmm. So it came from our culture and our heritage, but to me, it's less of a religious song, it's less of a prayer per se than it is about, expounding on it.
Yeah.
And building on it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's neat. That's cool. So, again, the album is Beneath the Open Sky. What if folks would like to get a chance to hear you guys? Where can they find your schedule? Where can they get in touch with you? How can they reach out and listen to some of your music?
Cool. Yeah. So our website is www.nefeshmountain.com, and Nefesh is NEFESH mountain.com, and we have our tour schedule always up on the site. You can also buy our music directly from us on the website, and also through CD Baby and I believe Amazon.
Okay.
Currently, we're putting out all this music and producing everything on our own, and it's been a really fun, exhilarating process. So all of our stuff can be found on our website, tour dates and all that.
Yeah, awesome.
We're also playing two big release shows, which we didn't have a chance to do for our first release a year or two ago. But we're going to be doing one at the Station Inn in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
On March 20th.
Okay.
And that's we're doing a couple sets there, and then we're also playing that same week later in the week on Sunday, the 25th, at Rockwood Stage 2 in New York City.
Okay, awesome.
So a couple cool venues that we're excited to bring the music to.
Awesome, very cool. Well, our regards to Doni and Eric. Thank you for the chance to talk with you and give us the opportunity to
thank you.
Share the audience with your music. It sounds like you guys got a really unique approach to this, and I think the bluegrass world is opening up to all kinds of neat new things, and so we wish you the best. I think you'll have fun finding new audiences with this music.
Cool, man. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks again for tuning in to this episode of Americana Music Profiles. Find us on iTunes at Americana Music Profiles and on the internet at AmericanaRhythm.com.